On May 14, 1948, the pre-state Jewish government, known as the Jewish Agency, declared independence for the country of Israel. This decision has been made right after World War II, as thousands of Jewish refugees from the Holocaust sought to live in their own country, away from the terrors they have experienced. But even before World War II, Zionist thoughts were formed as the basis of rejection of anti-Semitism, as well as to ensure the safety and civil equalities of the Jewish religion. Theodor Herzl was the first to declare the Jewish question, and thus is considered the father of modern political Zionism. As the Dreyfus affair continued to haunt Herzl through his early life, Herzl believed that Jews may never be fully protected by liberal institutions anywhere in Europe. He then published The Jewish State, a pamphlet in which he fully explains the rationale behind creating a Jewish country. His reasoning, however, did not fully affect all European Jews, many of which who wanted to be well integrated with their own society and not be considered traitors to their native state. In 1897, Herzl founded the first Zionist Congress in Basel, Switzerland, in which he laid the foundation of Israel. After taking matters into his own hands, he began a series of diplomatic programs in which they all supported the formation of a Jewish state. The meeting in Basel caused various waves of Jewish immigration into present-day Israel by the very idealistic and Zionist Jews. The waves of immigrations were termed Aliyah, a word in Hebrew that was associated with the 5 waves. The first Aliyah occurred between 1882 to 1903 and had approximately 35,000 Jews come from Russia and Yemen. The second immigration wave took place from 1904 to 1914 and had 40,000 Jews who also came from Russia but also had various socialist ideals. They formed kibbutzim, socialist villages that had property belong to everyone, similarly not quite communist Russia. The third Aliyah came along the outbreak of World War I, bringing forth another 40,000 Jews by the establishment of the British Mandate. The fourth and fifth waves were caused mainly to the severe anti-Semitism and Nazism, bringing together 330,000 European Jews. After the First World War, British mandates took present-day Israeli land from the Ottoman Empire. In the peace settlement, the Balfour Declaration of 1917 stated that the British Empire acknowledges a Jewish state of Israel through its Zionist ideology. The declaration was formed by Lord Balfour, the British Foreign Secretary, who supported the principal Zionist activist Chaim Weizmann. Although the Balfour Declaration was a prominent factor in building the State of Israel, it was still only a declaration and did not provide immediate implementation. In Europe, however, Israel became the last thing on each country's mind. The focus in the great European powers was the interwar period because of the European diplomatic problems, as well as the great economic crisis and Great Depression that affected each individual country. That being said, the Middle East was being ignored for the time being, even though Arab opposition was worsening due to the fact that the Balfour Declaration disrupted the hopes of Arabs getting an independent state of their own. In pre-World War II, under the Nazi regime, Jews were allowed to leave Germany so Germany may fully enact nationalism. Although German Jews left, no other country would allow Jews to reside in their own country, presumably because of strong anti-Semitic values. But it was later, in the midst of World War II, when everything turned upside down. Jews were sent to concentration camps, places in which death was 100% inevitable. Poland seemed to be the country most affected by the Holocaust, because the Nazis thought of Poland as a Jewish breeding ground. In the second half of 1941, Hitler decided to exterminate the Jews once and for all. In the end of the war, the Holocaust exterminated 6 million Jews with no mercy, no pity, and no compassion. It was finally clear why a Jewish state is crucial for the Jews around the world. In the aftermath of World War II, a vote in the newly created United Nations was taken on November 29, 1947. The result declared that the British government will withdraw from its Palestine mandate and that 2 new independent countries will be formed in the Middle East, one for the Jews and one for the Arabs. Although the Arabs violently resisted afterwards, Israel prevailed and defeated the Palestinian Arab military offense. David Ben-Gurion was the first Israeli prime minister and the one to declare independence on May 14, 1948. He oversaw the building of various institutions in the State of Israel and aimed at the rapid development of the nation and population. David Ben-Gurion is one of the most important figures in Israel's history and one that is engraved in an Israeli's heart.
גם חופשי באחדות.